Hi guys, today I'm going to go through with you all how I perform micro-batch testing for my cold email client. This is a document that I use to track my own MTC, and then it consists of where I started and then where am I at currently. To understand this document better, you need to understand what MTC means, micro-batch testing campaign. If you all have the time, you all can take a look at my previous video to understand the fundamental of it. But now I'll just summarize for you all. Microbatch testing campaign means that you choose different strategies to test against different campaigns and then make sure that each campaign has about minimum size of leads, which is about 100 plus. Post that you run multiple campaigns to validate them, and then once you find the winning campaign, you then scale it with more volume. And then to make this framework easier, I'm using a lot of abbreviations to better identify which point of testing am I at. Okay, to begin off, I'm using HM1 to identify batch 1 of testing. So H means HM means Hive Media, MTC means micro batch testing campaign, R1 means round 1. And then while I was starting, I had two lead magnets that I wanted to test, A and B. And then to take note, in this video, I'm not going to explain any copywriting or strategies, but feel free to use it if you find it relevant. For lead magnet A, I created campaign A and then campaign B. If you take a look, campaign A, round 1, sequence 1. For campaign A, I had 3 sequences in total. And then for campaign B, it's the same, sequence 1, sequence 2, and then sequence 3. And then now I'm moving on to micro batch testing round 2. Previously, I was at round 1 testing all this. For round 2, to know what to test, you need to make sure know the results of how round 1 ran, and then post that you analyze, and then you take a decision of what to run in round 2. To summarize round 1, for campaigning around about 106 leads, I had 3 replies, 2 negative replies and 1 positive reply. The negative reply was one was not interested, another one was doing same service as me. But then the positive one, we are going back and forth with email conversation. Hopefully, we can convert them to a meeting. For campaign B, we had about 108 leads, total of 3 replies and then 3 negative replies. So 2 of them were not interested. One was stating that it's a solopreneur. The reason why they mentioned this was the ICP that I was targeting was supposed to be 5 to 25 company size, but somehow this particular lead wasn't from that list. And then if you see from campaign A and campaign B, you can clearly see that campaign A is the winning campaign. Now what I'm going to do for round 2 is I'm going to use this winning campaign and then I'm going to test against different audiences. How round 2 works is 3 new campaigns using the same copies from here, and then you're going to test against 3 audiences. And then each campaign is going to consist about 100 leads. That's all for batch 1, round 2. And then if you want to run other ideas and you want to test further, what you're going to do is you're going to run batch 2 and then you're going to start with round 1 again. So this is Hive Media batch 2. You're going to test with round 1 again. So in this round 1, again, start from fresh. 3 different ideas and then 3 different strategies. You can see idea strategies. And then this will be then segregated to 3 campaigns. Each campaign will consist of about 100 leads, then you can test. And then for round 2, if these ideas seem to work, what you're going to do is you just choose winning copy, then you can test against, I would say, different audiences, or you can test against different departments or roles. Yeah, you can continuously test. But what if, for instance, this round there's no winning copy? So what you can do is in round 2 you can just continue testing with 3 fresh ideas, or you can fine tune old ideas. So that's how you can also do. You must know that new batches will only start if the current batch you find any winning copy. So if you never find any winning copies in any of these rounds, just continue going for other rounds. But once you find a winning copy, you go on to batch 3, then you test the ideas there. So that way you can segregate batches and then rounds. So it will be easier to identify. Again, to reiterate, you must always use the same batch. Let me just zoom in a bit. You must always use the same batch till winning copy is found. Yeah. So I use the same batch till winning copy is found. And then once winning copy is found, go on to a new batch. Yeah, so that's how you do it. So now we are at HM2. If new winning campaign is found, you go to HM3 and then so forth. Continue doing that. And then after multiple runs, if you found that any of this campaign is doing very good and then time for you to scale, don't just use 100 leads, use about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, yeah, and then you should be getting results. So that's how I'm doing it. I can tell you sometimes it's a bit hard to digest in just this video of how microbatch testing campaign works. So feel free to reply to my videos. I'm going to post this in my social media, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you all have any questions, we can get on call. I will just explain how MTC works.